So this problem, I want to go through a problem in your homework for 9.4. The problem reads, data on the numbers of hospital admissions resulting from motor vehicle crashes are given below for Fridays on the 6th of the month and Fridays of the following 13th of the same month. And it says assume that the paired sample data is from a simple random sample from a distribution that is approximately normal. What we really want to do is we want to construct a 95% confidence interval estimate of the mean of the population of differences between hospital admission, mu sub d. So we want to construct a 95% confidence interval estimate for mu sub d. So we're given that these are matched pairs. So um, we have dependent samples for two samples involving means. So we're going to combine these two lists into the difference list. And once we do that, we're going to treat that list like it's one population and run a t-interval. So let me show you guys how that's done on the calculator. So we're going to input these two lists into two lists here. So we're going to go to stat, edit, and I already did that, right? So the Friday the 6th list would be these values, and then this is the second one. So then we're going to create the difference list. So to do that, we're going to go to a new list, go to L3, so that's highlighted, press enter, and we're going to do L1 minus L2. So second 1 minus second 2. All right, so these are the difference for each of these matched pairs. Once we have that, we're going to run a run t interval. So go to stat, go to test, go to t interval, data, right? We're given data. L3 is where the difference list is. Frequency, we're just going to leave it as 1. We're not going to touch that. Confidence level, 95%, so 0.95. Calculate. Lower bound, upper bound. All right. So lower bound is negative 10.53, and the upper bound would be 1.33. Okay, so the final question here says, based on the confidence interval, can one reject the claim that when the 13th of a month falls on a Friday, the number of hospital admissions from motor vehicle crashes are not affected? All right, so in this problem, the confidence interval ranges from negative 10.53 to 1.33. So anything in between that. The thing we need to do is we know that if mu sub d, the difference is equal to 0, then there's no difference between the number of accidents for whether that happens on the 6th or the 13th on a Friday. If mu sub d is not equal to 0, then there is a difference. Either more accident happens on the 6th or more accident happens on the 13th. So one of those. So in this case, when we estimated mu sub d, the mean difference, right, the population mean of the differences, it does contain 0, right? 0 is contained in this interval, which means that there's no significant difference between the two samples because their mean differences, right, the population mean differences includes 0. The estimate includes 0. So in this case, the question that they ask, can one reject the claim that the 13th of the month falls on a Friday? The number of hospital admissions from motor vehicle crashes are not affected. We can support that, right? Yes, because the confidence interval does not include 0, or is because it does include 0. It's this answer right here. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. Some of these problems, you just kind of have to look at it and kind of wrap your head around it. But as always, any questions, shoot me an email.